to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this makeup look right here. And how beautiful is this look? Like, I am obsessed. And we're actually going to be using the Bebella Cosmetics Cool Breeze palette. This is their latest palette that they just launched recently. Of course, as always, I will leave the link down below if you guys are interested in trying it. But let me open her up. Look at how beautiful this palette is, you guys. And I believe this palette is $15, $14.99 or $15.99. Of course, like I said, it'll be down below. But girl, it is beautiful, so worth the money. And as you guys can see by the eye look, she's pigmented. Also, in today's video, I'm doing my full face. I'm actually going to be doing a talk through once we get to the face makeup because I'm trying a ton of new things. I'm talking the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas, Milk Makeup's Contour Stick, a Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick, some Patrick Ta. So we have a lot of good things in today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Of course, obviously, I'm filming, so I haven't edited the video yet. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a long one. So make sure you guys get comfortable and grab a snack. And of course, before we jump into the video, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. And without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this full face of makeup, girl, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so let's get right into this look. So this is what the palette looks like. This is actually the slip, and once you take off the slip, the palette is identical. So super cute, and the colors in here, aren't they beautiful? They're gorgeous. The first color I'm going to be using is the shade Coastal Crush. It's like a beautiful blue color, and I'm actually going to take this on a small blending brush. This is the Morphe M507, but it's the Jaclyn Hill version, if that makes sense. And basically what I'm doing is carving out the shape that I want the eyeshadow to be. So in this case, a rounded shape, and I'm just going to focus on really building that intensity right into the crease. Then I'm going to go in with the shade called Lemon Twist, I believe it's called. The lettering on this palette is really hard to read, but I believe it's called Lemon Twist. And I'm actually taking this on a small blending brush, and I'm going to work in circular motions in sections because I feel like this is the best way to get that beautiful blown out crease without doing like windshield wiper motions all across the crease, if that makes sense. Doing it in little sections like this really gives you that beautiful blend. So then I'm going to go back in with that blue and just make sure it's nice and tense because it does get washed away once you start to blend out the edges. So I'm going to go in with the shade Pacific Sun, and this is a beautiful deep blue, and I'm actually going to take this into the crease as well, but I do not want to lose that lighter blue. So I'm taking a super small blending brush and really just focusing this product right in the socket of my eye because that's where we want it to be the most intense. So really take your time with this if you're going to create a look like this one, and just focus on building the color as much as possible. And then of course we're going to take that fluffy brush one more time just to make sure it's nice and blended and nothing looks harsh. So all I'm doing here is going back and forth with the small blending brush to pack on the color and then the bigger one to make sure there's no harsh lines. Move on to cutting my crease. I'm going to be using the Mitchell and P. Louise base in the shade Blank Canvas, and this is also the Mitchell brush from their Acid Rain brush collection. And what I like to do is actually stamp on the shape of my cut crease, which I cut my crease way higher than where it actually is because I want to make sure that when I open my eyes and look straight ahead, you can still see all the hard work that I did. So what I'm doing is basically carving it out, but please do not focus on the lid. What I'm actually going to do is completely remove that base that got on the lid with some makeup remover and a Q-tip, girl. Just go ahead and wipe that off because I don't want any of that green to mix with the base. So this is the best way to do that. So just remove what's on the lid, and then I'm going to go back in with the base and just reapply it to the clean lid that we have. And I'm not wasting any more product. I'm using exactly what's left on my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. My lid color, I'm going to be going in with the shade Oasis, which is a beautiful light green with a beautiful shimmer in it. And what I'm going to do is take a big flat brush and just pack it all over the lid, but then when I'm going to actually pack on the color towards the crease, I'm going to just switch my brush out for something smaller because we don't want to get any of that shimmer in the crease. So I did pack on this color quite a bit because I wanted it to be super intense, but keep in mind, look how pigmented this eyeshadow is, you guys, and I did not spray my brush with anything. This is just the eyeshadow working on its own, and of course the base is nice and tacky, so it's just giving it something to grip onto. So now I'm going to actually start the outer corner, I'm going to go back in with that darker blue and just tap that right on the outer corner. Nothing fancy. I just want to bring everything together. And I'm using a fluffy brush for this. That way it's not only packing it on for me, but I'm also blending it out at the same time. That way, girl, honestly, it's just less work. So I'm also going to go in with that lighter blue, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. It's just I'm not putting it all the way on the outer corner. I'm kind of bringing it in closer to the lid. This is going to give you that really nice ombre effect. And then I'm going to go in with that super lighter blue, and I'm going to do the same thing as well. This is just going to help for all the colors to blend together, and like I said, just have that really beautiful effect. And then of course, I'm going to give myself a good coat of mascara. This is the KKW Beauty Mascara. I just featured this in my May favorites, so if you want to know more about this mascara, go check out that video. And then of course, we're going to pop on some lashes. These are from a brand on Instagram called The Bomb Lash Extensions, and I will link them down below, as well as the style that I'm wearing in this video. So after the lashes, the look is basically complete as far as the top of the lid, so we're going to move on to the face and get into a talk through. Okay, you guys, so for this part of the video, I wanted to kick it into a talk through just so that way we can do the face makeup, and I'm going to be trying a lot of new things. So I figured you guys really liked my last first impressions and kind of makeup tutorial together. So I wanted to do the same thing today. So my face is completely bare. By the way, if you guys hear any screaming, there's little kids outside playing. They're like wetting themselves because it is so hot, you guys. Like, I just have to turn off the AC so you guys don't hear the air conditioner in the microphone. So girl, I'm trying to make this quick because I'm about to start sweating. So let's get started. So for primer, I'm gonna try the Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. Here's what the primer looks like right here, and I'm so excited for this, and I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this in action as well. So here's what the bottle of the primer looks like. It is super luxe. I mean, hello, it's Tatcha. And then of course, when you take off the cap, it does come with a pump, which I appreciate because it is just easier and more convenient, and also super sanitary. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump a little bit out my finger and kind of just dot it on my face. So immediately you guys can see that it actually has the same color as the regular silk canvas, like the original one. It's kind of like that. I feel like it's almost like a muted pink, or is it just me? I don't know, but that's the color it looks like to me. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this on my face. So I'm gonna put about this much on my face, and I'm gonna go ahead and rub it in. Okay, so first impressions, it feels so nice. I think I put on way too much, but it feels really, really nice on the skin. It feels like it's super, super smoothing. So I'm gonna apply this everywhere. I don't know if it's just me. It has the texture of the original silk canvas, but I feel like it's a little bit more hydrating. We're gonna move on to foundation. So for foundation, I'm gonna be using the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation. I've been obsessed with this foundation. You guys just seen me use it in my last video, and I didn't want to use a new foundation and a new primer all together because, girl, I just don't want it to be a mess. You know, like the eyes already look cute. I kind of want the face to come out pretty decent. So I'm going to go in with this foundation because I know that I like it. But I am actually going to try to apply it with a brush today. I normally do not apply my foundation with a brush. So we're going to try it today. So this foundation is super full coverage, you guys. I'm actually going to mix two shades. I'm mixing shade 3.5 and 4.0. I definitely just put way too much on my hand. This is super thick. I just want you guys to see the consistency. This is not a light foundation, girl. This is going to cover everything. So I'm going to dot this all over my face. Obviously, it's a little bit more yellow than my skin tone. It's fine. We're going to make it work. I'm going to be using this brush today for my foundation. This is the Morphe M439 brush, and it just looks like this. And I'm going to blend this into the skin. So I usually don't use brushes to apply my foundation. No particular reason. I just prefer a sponge, but today, honey, I was like, you know what, let's do something different with our makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this with a brush, and girl, do you guys see the coverage of this foundation? It's crazy. Like, it is unreal. I think I applied way too much, by the way. Like, I definitely do not need this much because I really don't have much to cover. Do you guys see that coverage? Girl, I'm obsessed. Obviously, I did not need that much, so keep in mind, I definitely used way more than I needed. But even with all that product that I had on my face, it still blended out beautifully. Okay, so I am going to take my Morphe M173 brush. This is the brush that I use to blend out the concealer on my lids. But I also like to use it to just get right in between my brows, because obviously a huge brush like this is going to be way too big to get in this section. So I just like to go over this a little bit. That way it's not completely bare. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt. It's a bandeau. I'm actually going to show you guys. right here. So don't think I'm not wearing a shirt because I am. That was the couple dots that I did on my face. Like, look how much I still have on my hand. So like, what a waste of product, I know, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off my hand before I get it all over myself because that'll be just my look. Okay, so foundation is done. Let's move on to concealer. For concealer today, I'm gonna be trying the Dermablend Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer. This is what the concealer looks like right here. And Dermablend, if you guys don't know, is one of those brands that are known for their full coverage. Okay, so it does come with a doe foot applicator, and hopefully I got the right color. I got the shade 23W. And I'm actually going to wipe some off, and then let's apply it to the eyes. Oh yeah, this shade is going to be perfect. So I'm going to apply it under my eyes. I don't know how much of this I should use, so I'm just going to apply the amount that I normally would apply. Okay, so I'm going to use my same foundation brush just to start blending out this concealer. Okay, so the concealer is definitely really pretty. I'm going to let that sit for 1 second, and I'm going to just blend out the other side just a little bit where I can actually reach with this brush. And then I'm going to swap brushes. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. It just looks like this. It's just like a small fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend out the rest of that concealer in the inner corner where we couldn't get with the other brush. You guys, I've never used a brush to apply my concealer. That looks really nice. Ever since I've started makeup, I've always used beauty sponges, beauty blenders. Like, I am just that kind of girl, and I am impressed. What I'm going to do now really quickly is just set my under eyes. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. This is what the powder looks like right here. The packaging is nice, but girl, the actual component is very luxe. So here's what the inside looks like. It has like a little stopper. It just has an H for Hourglass. So to set my under eye, I'm going to be using the Morphe E48 brush, which just looks like this. I'm just going to dip my brush in that powder, and you get a lot of powder, so I'm just going to tap it back in the container because girl, this is expensive. We're not trying to waste none of this powder. So I'm gonna grab about this much on my brush, look up, and literally just press it in. This is looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to start using some more brushes. I would definitely say that the Beauty Creations foundation, the first time I used it in my last video, I used a beauty sponge. This time I used a brush, and I definitely love the way it applied with the brush instead of a sponge. So just want to give you guys a heads up. I'm actually going to cream contour a little bit. I'm going to use the Milk Makeup matte bronzer stick. This one is in the shade Baked. I've also have never used this before, and I'm going to use this on a brush as well. You guys know that I normally always use it on a sponge, but today I'm going to be trying the Luxie 516. This is just a duo of fiber brush, and it looks like this. And honestly, I like it because it's kind of like tapered right here, so it's like the perfect shape to get right in your cheekbones. And keep in mind, I have not set my foundation yet. Here's what the stick looks like right here, and I'm literally just going to take my brush and kind of get some product off because I can't think of any other way to do this. I think that seems like enough. That actually looks like a lot. And I'm just going to start to pat this in this area, which yeah, I definitely put too much. So I'm just going to spread it around. So I like a dual fiber brush if I'm going to use a brush because it's not as densely packed. So it's going to blend out your product really, really well. And it's almost going to give you like a sprinkle of color, if you will, or like a dusting of color instead of giving you like a shocking, you know, like it's not as dense. So it's not going to pick up as much product. Like, look at that. Effortless. So now that I don't have as much on my brush, I'm just going to go back to this area over here. And keep in mind, it's okay to kind of rub a little bit, but you don't want to rub too much because I don't want to disrupt the foundation underneath. So I'm mostly going to do like tapping motions like this. And keep in mind, I did already set my under eyes, which is crazy because it's not even disrupting the powder, which I actually didn't take the powder all the way down here, but I did take it in this area here, and it looks pretty good. So I like this. So the next thing I wanted to try are the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blushes. Here's what they look like right here. And I have two shades today. I have the shade Petal Poppin' and Fuego Flush. I don't know which one I should use. I'm going to show you guys both of them. So here is Petal Poppin' and here is Fuego Flush right here. So I don't know, you guys. I wish you guys could tell me through the camera, like, girl, use that one. I'm kind of feeling the Fuego Flush. I just feel like it'll look better with like this green eye. I feel like the pink is going to throw it off a little bit. I'm going to go with the Fuego Flush because I feel like that one is like the most popular that people want to see. So I'm going to go in with that one. And because that's a cream product, I'm going to go in with another dual fiber brush. This is the ColourPop F14 brush, and this is what it looks like right here. Keep in mind, this is a dual fiber brush, so these do not pick up as much product, which is what we want because I don't know how pigmented these are. So yeah, I want to start off small. So I'm going to take about this much, if you guys can see on the brush, not much. And I'm going to pop that on the cheeks. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, girl, I'm so happy I picked up this color. I remember when they launched that they were creating these, I was like, dang, that orange is stunning. And then I was like, she's really bright. I don't think it's going to look good on me. But girl, look how beautiful it is. It's so pretty. I'm going to add a little bit more. Why am I whispering? Anyways, I'm going to add a little bit more. And you guys, everything is blending really well together. Look at that. And it gives you such a beautiful glow to the skin. I'm living. Is that blush not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Look at how glossy. My skin just has a healthy radiance to it. I am obsessed with this. Actually, talking about gloss, I actually recently picked up the Dominique Cosmetics skin glosses, and here's what they look like right here. And I have not tried these yet. You know what? Let's try one. Guys, I feel like I'm going too far right now. If this gets messed up, I'm gonna be so upset, but it's fine. I think I'm gonna go in with Golden Dew. Yeah, Golden Dew. So here's the packaging. It looks like right here. I'm gonna dab a little bit on my finger, and I'm gonna go straight in on the skin. Ooh, do you guys see that? Okay, I think that's enough with the cream for now. I'm gonna leave it there before I go and mess up my face. So we're gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm actually just gonna set my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. You guys have seen this powder so many times, but if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I absolutely love this powder. It is so beautiful. So I'm gonna be taking that on my IT Cosmetics brush. And of course, the name has rubbed off by now because I use it so often. But it's just like a dual-ended brush from IT Cosmetics. And I'm going to dip my brush right in there, and I'm going to set everything except for the bronzer, the cream bronzer and the cream blush, because I'll set those with my blush and bronzer. And I'm going to start to set. I'm going to, of course, set down here around my mouth. I crease really bad right here. I don't know why, but I'm going to for sure set right there. Okay, so here's my face nice and set with powder. I am going to go in with a bronzer. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I believe this is actually a face powder. I just got it in a darker shade. This one is in the shade Dark Tan. I usually use Give Me Sun by MAC, which is also very beautiful. But I wanted to give this one a try. This is what it looks like right here. So I'm going to be applying my bronzer today with my Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the JH02 brush. It looks like this. I have been really into that more blown out bronzer look. And then of course I clean it up with some powder, but I've really been loving that. I usually use a brush like this. This is the Morphe M437 brush. This gives you more of a precise bronze, but I've really been liking this one. So we're going to use this one today. Ooh, that is cute. Okay, and it's also very pigmented, so I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna apply some to my forehead just to set that cream bronzer that we applied. This is very pigmented, but I'm living for it, you guys, because I am so pale right now, you guys. It is crazy. I really need to get some color because, girl, I'm pale. Okay, you guys, so there is the bronzer. What do you guys think? I think it's a really pretty color. I feel like it's not too warm, but it's like warm enough. And I'm obsessed with the face makeup so far. By the way, even though I've set my entire face with powder except for the blush area, you guys, right here, I already set this part. I've added a little bit more like under eye setting powder, and that's the Dominique Cosmetics skin gloss. Like, you can see it through the powder. That's insane. It's really beautiful. So now we're gonna move on to blush. So we did use the cream blush, which is perfect. You definitely do not have to add a powder on top. This looks really nice. The cheeks look really healthy. You could definitely leave the Fenty blush on its own, but I am going to set mine because honestly I just want to use another new thing. This is the Patrick Ta blush, and this is what it, oh, so much reflection, but this is what it looks like right here, and this is in the shade She's Sincere. And if that broke, I'm gonna be tight. She didn't break, you guys. Okay, so here's the shade right here. This is the shade She's, I can't even talk right now because I can't believe I just dropped this. This is the shade She's Sincere. How beautiful is it? Super, super beautiful. And it's not super orange like the Fenty cream blush, but I feel like it's going to complement it nicely. To take that on a blush brush, this is the Morphe E4 brush. And I'm actually naming all the brushes in the video because I'm always like, yeah, I'll leave it down below. And then I completely forget to name the brushes because by the time I name all the products that I've used and added the links to them, you guys, I'm just like, is it time to post yet? So I'm telling you guys the brushes in advance, so take some notes, girl. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in there, of course, tap off the excess, and let's go in. Oh yes, she is gorgeous. And guys, do you see what I'm saying? Even with powder, you can still see the skin gloss from Dominique Cosmetics. Do you guys see the little glow right here? I just poked myself with the brush. Do you guys see the little glow in this area? Wow, I need to use that more often. But here's the blush. It looks really nice. Skin looks really good, you guys. I'm pretty happy with everything that I used today. So let's move on to some highlights. I don't think I have any new highlighter besides the skin gloss that I just used, right? Just kidding. Actually just picked up this from MAC. This is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This one is in the shade Whisper of Guilt. Let's try this baby today. Can you believe that with all the makeup that I own, everything that I purchase, everything that I get, girl, I don't even have much MAC products, which is crazy. So I'm excited to start exploring MAC a little bit more. So I'm going to be using the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. You guys have seen in my recent videos, I've been opting for more of a small blending brush. It's not super small. Like, I don't know if I could even ever use this for eyeshadow. It's pretty big for an eyeshadow blending brush, but it's perfect to just get that little highlight right there, right where the light hits. Girl, let me show y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip my brush into that highlighter, and you get a lot of products in there, so I'm gonna dust that off because I don't want it to be too blinding, if that makes sense. And I'm going to pop that right on the high points of my cheek. Oh, is she glowing or is she glowing? Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so once I hit the high points, I usually just, like, you know, kind of diffuse it, kind of like how you will with an eyeshadow. And girl, this is really pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight right here too, right on the top of my arch of my brow. Okay, I'm okay with that. Honestly, you guys, that's it for the face. And honestly, with my bronzer today, I don't even feel like I need to clean it up with any powder. Like, I feel like I really like that diffuse bronzer look, so I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm not going to bake. I am gonna go ahead and do my lower lash line. We're gonna jump back into voiceover for that part, and then stay tuned for the end of the video because I am gonna give mini reviews and my thoughts on everything we just tried. So make sure you guys stick around for that, and let's jump into voiceover to finish up this lower lash line. Okay, so let's finish up this makeup look. I'm gonna be using these two eyeliners in conjunction. The first one I'm gonna be using is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner in the shade Fresh. It is so beautiful, very pigmented. These are bomb and super affordable, but I wanted it to have a little bit of a green moment, so I'm going to go over it with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Jolt. So these two mixed together, girl, beautiful. It is gorgeous. So let's move on to the shadow. I'm going to go back in with that lighter blue, and I'm just going to take this on a small blending brush, kind of like a fluffy blending brush, if you will, and I'm just going to put that right on the lower lash line and nothing fancy. Then I'm going to go back in with the even lighter blue and go ahead and mix that under there as well, and I'm using the same exact brush. No need to change the brush at all. And then of course I'm going to go back in with that darker blue because this is going to be the definition on the lower lash line, and for this specific shade I'm going to be using a flat definer brush, which this one is my favorite. This one is from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush collection if you guys were interested. And then the last step honestly is just to take a little bit of that green color, and I'm actually just going to blow that right underneath all of that blue to kind of just make everything melt together and just make sure the top crease and the lower lash line match. So then I'm going to go back in with that shimmer green we used on the lid, and I'm going to actually pop that on the inner corner, but it was a little bit too dull for me, so I'm also going to go in with the MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nylon, and I'm just going to pop this right over that green, and this freaking killed it. This completed the look. Super bright and very pretty and reflective, so I went ahead and added a little bit of that into my inner corner. That was basically it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take that same mascara and pop a little bit on my lower lash line, and girl, let's move on to the lips. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade Nude number 2. Nothing new here. This lip liner is so beautiful, you guys. Super creamy, and I love the color. It is perfect for my skin tone. It's like the perfect brownie nude and gives me the perfect definition without being too dark. So I'm going to line my lips, fill them in a little bit, and then I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade I'm Nude, which I cannot believe I waited so long to get this liquid lipstick in my collection because it is beautiful, you guys. So I went ahead and put this all over my lips and then patted it out, and then I did go back in with the lip liner just to define my lips a little bit more. So that was it. Now we're going to move on to a setting spray. For setting spray today, I decided to use the Pixie Glow Mist, and first impressions, you guys, it was really nice. I really love the mister on this, and it really did give me a beautiful glow. So far, so good. I'm really liking it. And that's basically the final look. We're going to move on to my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I think it came out so pretty. So of course, like I mentioned, I just want to go over a few of the products that we used today on the face and tell you guys what I think about them. Okay, so I want to go over the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. I love this primer. My face looks so smooth, you guys. It filled in the pores. It's super hydrating, and I really liked it a lot. I probably used way too much in today's video. I feel like a little bit of this will go a long way, but overall, I think it is bomb and definitely worth the money. I might even like this one more than I like the original silk canvas, so that says a lot. So this was definitely a go for me. And then also, of course, the blushes. I want to talk about the blushes. So this blush was beautiful today. You guys saw how it applied to the skin, super even, and it gave me such a beautiful color. And even though we put the Patrick Ta blush over it, I feel like you can still see the beautiful orange tint from this blush. It is beautiful. The formula of these is amazing, and I know it's super small, but honestly, you guys, it's gonna be a while before you run out of this. This comes with actually a lot of product for a cream blush. And then I want to talk about something that was super shocking to me, and I was not expecting it to apply the way that it did, and that is the Dominique Cosmetic Skin Glosses. So here's what they look like right here. You guys saw me apply it, and I feel like it gave me a beautiful base for my actual highlight that I was gonna put on, for my powder highlight, I should say. It is just really nice, you guys. So this is the color I decided to use in today's video. Again, it's the shade Golden Dew, and it is just really beautiful, you guys. It went onto the skin really well. I had no problem, and even though I had powder under my eyes because I had already set my under eyes, it did not disrupt the powder whatsoever. The next thing I want to talk about is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade I'm Nude. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today. Is beautiful. I don't know why I waited so long to get this liquid lipstick. It's stunning. It is my perfect nude. I love a pale nude with a brown lip liner. It's really pretty. The next thing that we used was the Dermablend Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer. This was a beautiful concealer, you guys. Full coverage, like it says. So the fact that it was super easy to blend out with the brush was phenomenal, and I absolutely love it. And of course, I love the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. This is beautiful under the eyes. The bronzer, or rather the setting powder from MAC, this is so beautiful, you guys. This is in the shade Dark Tan, and I love it. Like, this is going to be my new bronzer. Like, I think I like this better than Give Me Sun. It is so beautiful, and I mean, look at my cheeks. Super bomb, and I am living for it. I look nice and glowy and bronzy, even though right now I am pale AF, girl, but at least I look like I have some color. I'm absolutely in love with the way this look turned out. Of course, using the Cool Breeze palette from Bebella Cosmetics. This palette, you guys, is beautiful. The pigmentation is insane, and I love the way this look turned out. I think it is absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, it's super affordable. I will link everything down below as per usual. So make sure you show the description box some love, because girl, it takes a lot of time to fill that baby out. So of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial slash first impressions kind of video. And of course, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!